Hi, welcome to TBH, True, Beautiful, Honest. My name is John David McHargue, and I am here today to walk you through this new innovative color line that I believe is going to be very relevant in your salon. So one of the things I want to discuss was why TBH, right? Why did we come up with TBH? Well, we knew through social media that people were wanting more reality. They were wanting a more realistic outlook on themselves when they're posting on social media, right? They wanted that honesty. They wanted to embrace who they were. So we wanted to really embrace that as a company and develop a color line that was more true and relevant and real. So moving forward with that, we wanted to celebrate who we are as a human, right? We wanted to embrace who we were with our realistic outlook on our perfections and our imperfections. No more were we trying to hide our big nose or imperfection in skin. We were truly trying to embrace that. And we saw this happening through social media. And so Schwarzkopf Professional elected to really build on that and create a product that will embrace the real you. So through social media, we saw that it's all about you. It's about who you are at this point in your life. No more trying to camouflage, like I said, imperfections or try to look like something you're not. And then we saw an embrace of the older generation, right? It is what I am what I make up. And we saw that this was true, real beauty. And then we saw also through social media, for a good example is Gwyneth Paltrow, the hashtag no makeup, hashtag no makeup, no filter, hashtag I woke up this way. And we really embraced that. We really took that and realized that this wasn't just a trend. This was an actual movement of true beauty shining through. So no more did we need to camouflage or hide who we actually were. So what we saw that there was a craving for true authenticity, but what does that mean for hair color? How do we embrace that? How do we create that in hair color? Well, TBH is truly unique. It has a multi-dimensional shimmering kind of tone to the color, meaning that it all has the nuances of highs and lows. So, typical hair color, if you have a high and a low, it would come and it would cover and conceal. Well, TBH is going to use the highs and the lows and to your benefit, and it's going to create those highs and lows. Even though it's covering 100%, you're still going to get that multi-dimensional color. So think of it this way: if you've had those clients that you have done a base color on, right, a really beautiful, rich base color, but then you went in and you created little baby lights to give it dimension, right? Maybe just lifting 1 to 1.5 levels, but so that they had that dimension to the hair. Well, now with TBH, you can get that truly unique multi-dimensional nuances in the hair much easier, right? And then beautiful. Where did the beautiful come in? Well, beautiful for us meant that we were going to have that very powdery, shimmery undertone to the hair. It's going to help us enhance the natural beauty versus reducing or concealing the hair. So it has all of the shades, which we'll talk about as we progress, have a cendré or blue violet undertone to them, so that keeps it a very soft, shimmering tone to the hair. And then honest, we wanted to be as honest as we possibly could with our products. So with honest, we took the formulations and we created it with natural ingredients where we could. And then the remaining were very carefully selected so that they were for the optimum performance of the product. So that was the basis for TBH, True, Beautiful, Honest. So all of our tonal shades, as you can see here, we have natural, cool, and warm. And as you can see, they're very impactful packaging. We wanted it to have that boutique style color look. So we wanted to make these easy to use in the salon, easy to recognize when you were mixing your color. So the natural, cool, and warm, which we'll show you, will have all of those aspects to it. So I'm going to show you real quickly. This is what the packaging looks like. So the natural is kind of a beige box, and then on the bottom you'll say, like this for example is 8-06. So this is the level 8 natural chocolate end, right? You'll see the N on the end, and then you'll see the cool. The cool is kind of a bluish violet box, and 9-16C, meaning cool. And then you have your warm box, which is kind of pink, and on the bottom you'll see that it says 7-47W. So after each numbering system, which is consistent with everything in Schwarzkopf Professional, you'll see the N, the C, or the warm, plus the different color boxes. So it's very easy to pick out when you're in your color bar. So what's the main difference between TBH, True Beautiful Honest, and let's say Igora Real? Well, with Igora Real, you're going to have more of a uniform color, meaning that it's going to, like I said earlier, bring your highs down and your lows up so that it's consistent and it conceals the color. TBH True Beautiful Honest has that dimensional color. So what that means is, working with the highs and lows, you're going to see different reflections of light when it comes to the color that you choose. So for example, your blondes or your redheads or your brunettes, they're going to see different elevations of light and dark, so it looks very natural, very soft, very multidimensional, which is going to give you a much more realistic, true color result versus a concealed color with a high shine. So I'm going to show you, and you can see it on the slide, but I've created my own little, which I do a lot, created my own little things to show in classes. So this would be, excuse me, that's not right. So this would be Igora Real. You see nothing. It's one color, right? Just one solid color that conceals everything underneath. Then you would have Essensity. Now Essensity is our free from product line. It's free from ammonia, silicones, paraffins. It's for those clients that maybe have allergic reactions to ammonia, what have you, so you could use this product. But it's not quite as concealed as Igora Real. So you can see somewhat of the highs and lows underneath, just slightly. And then you have your TBH, True Beautiful Honest, which is going to be that multi-dimensional cover. So you can still see the highs and lows underneath the color, even though it's 100% coverage. It's just 100% multi-dimensional coverage. So seeing the highs and lows of the hair. And then we wanted to make sure that with the product line that it had a natural shine to it versus an artificial shine. So for Igora Real, we know Igora Real, which is our permanent color line, has a very high shine reflection to it, which people do love. But we wanted to create that more natural soft shine with TBH. So what you'll see is that you're getting the multidimensional coverage, but you're seeing a much softer, natural glow to the hair versus a glossy glow to the hair. So again, if you have those clients, and we've all had these, I think, that they bring their daughter in and this very beautiful, light, cool blonde, and your client tells you, I want that color. They're looking at the blonde, but they're also looking at the natural shine of the hair versus the artificial shine. So again, I think TBH, True Beautiful Honest, is gonna fit right into that aspect of having natural looking hair color. So it's, again, not gonna have a glossy, but a much more natural shine to the hair. So we wanna talk a little bit about, because we wanted to be honest with the ingredients that we incorporated into TBH, True Beautiful Honest. So the color pigments, they're actually crafted with hemp. Which we'll talk about right after this to get more detail on that. But it was to help deliver that powdery, shimmery nuance to the hair and also help lower the risk of allergic reactions. And then we also added adionic acid. And what that does for us is it's going to help bind the metals on the hair surface for a smooth surface where the light can actually pass through and give us that natural shine to the hair. And then we can added the grapeseed oil. This is going to help with the natural feel of the hair. It gives the hair a nice natural feel once it's processed. And then we also lowered our ammonia content to 50% less than our Igora Real. So that gave us a much softer lifting process. So the HEP dyes, which we talked about, that are in the color pigments, normally with color pigments, when you apply it to your client's scalp, a lot of times or sometimes what can happen is that the color molecule will fit inside a T cell receptor. And our T cells are our body's defense mechanism. So if something falls into that T cell receptor, then our bodies think that a foreign object is trying, or is interfering in our body. So then it can go to work, and when it does that, it can have irritation, itchiness, redness, because your T cells are trying to figure out what that is in its receptor. So we re-engineered the pigment matrices with the HEP, which is a very long chemical word that I cannot say. But it literally will not fit inside the T cell receptors. It literally stays on the outside of the T cell receptors, so you're going to have a less chance of having an allergic reaction. Just a disclaimer though, we're not saying that you will not have a chemical reaction, we're saying that it's a less chance of having a chemical reaction, just so you're aware. So those components are what is part of the color pigment in the tube for you. So we want to make sure that throughout this, we wanted to give you that information because you kind of want to know what TBH True Beautiful Alumnus is and how it works, right? So this is what the product line looks like. So like I said earlier, you have 3 color tones. You have natural, cool, and warm. And then you also have a tone softener, which we will talk about in just a little bit. This is what the swatch book looks like. I will show it just so you can see it. You open it up, it has some great images of our blonde model, has some information on the side, and then you open it up and all of your swatches for the product line are inside your swatch book. So you can see that it's not a very large product line, but we will be adding it on to that, I'm sure, as we go, right? So let's go through the swatch chart. So as you can see here, under the natural, you're going to have the 0-4, which is a natural beige, and then you're going to have the 0-6, which is a natural chocolate. Those offer you 100% multi-dimensional gray coverage. So if you have a client that is 5, 10, 15, 75, 85% gray or white, you can use the naturals to achieve 100% multi-dimensional coverage. Then you'll see that you have the cools. So you will have the 5 different tonal ranges in cool, and then you will have 5 in the warm. So all of these are intermixable, of course. For an example, if you have a client that is a level 8, 50% gray, you can use the 8-19 and 8-04 or 8-06 to ensure that you get 100% gray coverage. So you would want to mix your formulation 2 to 1 in order to achieve 100% white coverage. So like I said earlier, it's not an extravagant color range. It's actually very limited at this point, which I think is great because it's great for those salons that are going to carry maybe Schwarzkopf Professional's Igora Real, maybe Igora Vibrance, maybe even BLONDME. This is not going to cause you to redesign your color bar. And it's also great for those independent cosmetologists that are limited in their space. So I think that's a really great point of reference. So we want to talk a little bit more about the developers that you're going to be utilizing. So you can use, of course, our Igora Vibrance 1.9% 6-volume lotion activator. You can also use our Igora Royale Oil Developer 3% 10 volume, 20% 6 volume, 9% 30 volume, or 12% 40 volume. But keep in mind that you're going to have a 1-to-1 mixing ratio, meaning that your color mass is going to equal your developer choice. So if you're doing 30 grams of color, then you would want to use 30 grams of developer. Also remember, because the TBH True Beautiful Honest has 50% less ammonia than Igora Real, the most levels of lift that you can achieve is only up to 3. So if you have someone, for an example, this is a level 4, maybe you're taking them to a level 7, then you would want to use the 12% 40 volume Igora Real oil developer with your TBH True Beautiful Honest shade to achieve those full 3 levels of lift and deposit of your color tone. All right. So let's talk a little bit about who is the TBH client. Like I said earlier, when we were talking about what we saw on social media, we know that the generation that is, in their late 20s, 30s and up, those clients are now different and have different aspects of hair color than the baby boomers or even the Generation X clients. So we want to embrace that. And so the TBH True Beautiful Honest client, someone that's very health oriented, they exercise, they eat healthy, they get a lot of their news from the internet. They get a lot of their social media through either Facebook or Instagram, and they are more typical of looking and researching salons or particular hair colorists online versus getting word of mouth from a friend, such as the baby boomers or Generation X clients would tend to do, right? They're more independent, the TBH True Beautiful Honest client. They really do their research, do their homework. They may have a little bit more facts when they come in to talk to you. And they're the ones that are going to be looking for that very multidimensional, natural looking hair color, because they're going to be seeing this on their Instagram posts, their Facebook posts, and through research, they're going to see that that's what they're going for. So with the TBH client, we're looking at more of a multidimensional coverage, where like our Igora Real client, they're still wanting that full coverage. So this is not to take the place of Igora Real clients. This is to accentuate and add to your crayon box for those clients that are coming in that are looking, again, for a natural, soft, multidimensional hair coverage. That's the client that you're going to be reaching out to with the TBH True Beautiful Honest. And I can say from my experience since we've launched TBH True Beautiful Honest, I have converted a lot of clients and family members from Igora Real to TBH True Beautiful Honest, because I was doing more work with Igora Real to get the look they wanted, but I was able to transform them with the TBH True Beautiful Honest in a much easier, quicker way, which was much better for me. Right? Less work, work smarter, not harder, right? So that's kind of who the TBH client is. So we're going to talk a little bit now about the tone softener. Now, we knew when we created TBH True Beautiful Honest that it was going to be a unique brand for us because of the multidimensional coverage, the hep dye, and what have you. So we knew that as a colorist, we would want to be color balancing, color refreshing, color glossing, color toning, and we wanted to offer you the ability to literally turn your TBH True Beautiful Honest shades into almost like a demi-permanent effect. And we do that by adding the tone softener into the actual color mats. So the TBH True Beautiful Honest tone softener is actually designed to help softly dilute your color pigments so that you can really personalize your shades. It does have the rich care properties such as the macadamia oil, argan oil, and shea butter. All 3 of those are there for shine and to make the hair feel just luxurious. It's amazing how the hair feels. And it's also great for those for color refreshing or color balancing or glossing services. So what you're going to do, for an example, let's say we're doing that 8-04 in natural and 8-19 cool. with 20 volume Igora Real Oil Developer. We're applying that to our client's new growth to retouch her new growth area. But then we need to refresh her mid-length and ends. So we would mix our 8-04 natural to our 8-19 cool, our Igora Vibrance 1.9 6 volume activator lotion, and TBH True Beautiful Honest Tone Softener, all in equal parts. So you have 1 part color, 1 part developer, and then 1 part of your tone softener. And then you could apply the mid-shift to the mid-length and ends to refresh that color. And the reason that that's very important is that we, because the TBH is unique, it doesn't match anything else in our portfolio for Schwarzkopf Professional. So it was a standalone color line. So we needed it to be able to do the color glossing, color refreshing, what have you. So that's where the tone softener was developed. So it does make the hair feel amazing. It lowers the pH, so it gives you that ideal mixture for the mid-length and ends. So it's a really great tone for that. I do want to show you real quickly before we get into the model. This is what the tone softener looks like. It's a very large bottle, has a pump on it, so it's very easy to dispense into your bowl at the shampoo, or excuse me, at your color bar. So it's really, gave a lot of thought to that. But I would like to show you, I did prep a mannequin just to kind of show you guys what it does. And even on a mannequin, you'll be able to see the dimension to the hair. So this mannequin was a natural level 6. And I was able to go in and use, I used 7-47 and 20 volume on her roots. So that's a level 7 beige copper warm on her root area, or her new growth area. And then I did create a few baby lights around the face and through the crown area just to give it some dimension, because she was pretty much one tone. And then I went over and just picked up pieces and alternated my formula through the mid shaft and ends. So I did 6-64 warm and 6-64 warm and 7-47 and 1 formula 10 volume. And then I did 7-47 and 9 warm and 9-47 warm. Equal parts with 10 volume. And I just went in and alternated, just picked up pieces and just applied multiple colors and vertical section around the hair. And you can really see the multi-dimension of this product. So it has a really nice, beautiful natural shine to it, not an artificial shine to it. And you can see that it has all the tones in there that blend very well and give you that soft, natural looking hair color. It turned out so well, even better than I thought, and I thought it would be great, but even turned out, even for, and again, I'm talking about a mannequin, so even the mannequin hair feels amazing, it looks great, it just has all those rich color tones into it, so I'm just turning around so you can see. And again, it just has those really beautiful, rich color tones in it, so you can really see the multi-dimension of the hair. So I'm trying to push it so you can see it. So even though I did baby lights in that, just kind of balayage, it just gave it that really nice soft dimension. So I wanted to go over the 3 models that we did for the TBH launch. So the first model is our blonde model. And again, we wanted to have that really beautiful salon ready, salon friendly looks for you guys, right? So what we did, this model came in, she had a much warmer golden base on her blonde. So we did go in and clean it up a little bit with our BLONDME Premium Clay Lightener 7 Plus. So once that was done, then we came in with our 8-51 cool and 9-49 cool in a 2-to-1 ratio. And then we used the, also for the third formula, the 9-49 cool and a 9-47 warm in a 2-to-1. So even though we put that warm in there, you can see that it didn't, it wasn't overabundantly warm. So it just gave it that very soft, beautiful, natural looking blonde climb. And to me, I think that's great. And I've done this formulation or a version of it on a lot of different people, and it's just absolutely breathtaking. And then our brunette model, Again, when she came in as her pre-look, it was very, very brassy. And so we were able to reevaluate her hair, reevaluate her lifestyle, and we were able to go in. We created a few baby lights, specifically around the hairline for that money piece. But then we came in with a 5-06 natural. We came in with a 7-606 natural and a 6-64 warm, incorporating the TBH through the mid-shaft, tone softener through the mid-shaft and ends. And you can see it's just, to me, it just looks so beautiful, radiant, New York ready to go out and tackle the world, because she just looks breathtaking. And then our redhead, which if you are like me, I'm a huge redhead fanatic. I think redheads are so amazingly beautiful. I think they're so powerful. It just says power to me when I see these beautiful redheads. And she was a natural redhead, but we kind of, as we age, our red tends to get a little bit washed out. So we wanted to embrace her natural red, but we wanted to enhance it and make it, back to when she was, 18, right? That beautiful red. So we did create just a few pieces of lightness with our BLONDME Bond Enforcing Premium Lightener 9 Plus. But then we came in, we used the 7-47 on her new growth, and then combination of 7-47 and 9-47 warm 2-to-1 in pieces of her hair, and then just the 7-47 warm through different pieces of the hair. So again, we just used different color formulations to piece out where we wanted to see lightness and where we wanted to see a little bit more depth. And I think that's kind of where we're playing and going again with our color works, that we're not doing mathematically precise squares and precision placing. We're literally looking at how the hair lives, how the hair moves based on the haircut, and where we want to see light and dark, right? Because that's all really hair color comes down to, is whether you're seeing light or dark dimension. So this allowed us to be free-handed, to be free with our application, because that's natural, right? Natural hair has highs and lows, different placement. Each particular hair strand has a different amount of fan melanin and U melanin, so you get dimension. And that's what we were representing and trying to create on these models by the color placement choices of where we place the color. So definitely feel free, guys, to start, getting away from that mathematical equations of color, block color, putting everything in a certain direction, and look at the haircut. Look at how the hair is going to move. Is it one length? Then you need to concentrate on how your color placement is going to be on one length hair, right? If it's long layers, how's the hair going to move? If it's a bob, right? Or a textured bob or an elevated bob, how's that hair movement, right? If it's all moving forward, if you're doing that elevated bob with a swing, then we need that concentration of light to start moving forward, right? Because that's going to make the haircut look even more, precision and beautiful. If you're doing these crop cuts, again, how are you placing the color if you're doing a crop cut, right? That's all you have to do, is think about the structure you're working on, how is it going to live, and where do I need to do my color placement for the best benefit. Start thinking like that, and I think, and using TBH, True Beautiful Honest, and I really think you're going to, take that elevation up to the next level and just be getting better and better and better. So I hope today that I was able to answer a lot of your questions. I hope you got a lot of inspiration. I'm very passionate about TBH, and I hope I shared that with you today. But just look for our future. We have other YouTube channel events coming up. So please look for those. And happy coloring, and thank you guys so much. Good day, and I'll talk to you hopefully again soon sometime.